My name is Trisha Albrechtsen. My husband Eric and I live in Arizona, and we have been in this industry for about 26 years. We've learned over that time that there are some really important factors that need to line up in order to really create huge success. So I'm excited today to be able to tell you about what we have found here at Actives and how everything is lining up so perfectly to be able to change lives in a dramatic way. We love the flexibility of being able to work from home. We love being able to work together. We love being able to work just from our phone. You know, everybody almost in the world today has a phone, and to be able to make CEO type income with just a simple tool of a phone is very amazing. It allows us to be flexible and to be able to build our business from wherever we might be. You can build it from poolside, you can build it from the lake. As long as you've got service, I'm going to turn mine off so you're not hearing my service. But as long as you've got service, you can build a business when you're spending time with your family, which to me is the best of all worlds combining. And we are paid best when we help other people. So I don't think it gets any better than that. It really is the most pure form of business. When you can be a blessing in somebody else's life, lift them to a higher level, financially, health-wise, and be benefited yourself health-wise and financially as a result. I think if people understood what we did, they would literally be lined up all the way around my house and down the street and around the corner. And then we would definitely be attracting attention because they would not be social distancing. But I think if people really understood, that's what would be happening. Unfortunately, people don't understand. And so that's what we get paid to do. We get paid to be that message, to be able to help people understand that there's a way that they can be part of a company. Most companies that we see all day long have huge advertising budgets. They have huge money set aside to make sure that people know about their product and know about their business. With a company like Actives, they are letting us be their word of mouth advertising. They're letting people like you and I, without needing to have special titles behind our name or special amounts of schooling. It doesn't matter what your age, what your race, your religion, your belief, it doesn't matter. It basically creates a level playing field where everybody can be successful. So here at Actives, we want people to be able to make money from home. We want you to be able to share these products with the people around you, and not in the way of doing presentations or parties, but more just telling people on a personal basis, one-to-one, something that can benefit their life. So when we looked at this company, we were, like I said, those factors to line up, for those things to come together to create a very powerful combination to create long-term success for the people that we talked about this with. So the first thing that we looked at were the products, because if you've ever looked at a network marketing or a multi-level type product company, they all have some good products because they can take their advertising money and put it into product research, into research and development, and into paying their distributors to be their word of mouth. So they always have some sort of a good product, and you'll always find a good pitch. So if you've joined companies and not been successful, it's probably because you listened to somebody who really had a handle on the message they were sharing, which is fine. But if you go away with nothing less tonight, I want you to go away with being able to have a litmus test of how to look at opportunities. So we looked first at who was running the company. We wanted to know, do they have experience? Do they have integrity? You know, do they have it in them to take the company to the top? When we realized the people running Actives were people that we already knew. They were David Brown and Ryan Thompson, Angie Hawthorne, people that we had worked with before. And those names may not be household names to you, but they were to my husband and I. We had worked with them before. In fact, they'd helped us make millions of dollars. So we had great respect for them. And they'd walked away from opportunities because their integrity wasn't in alignment with where the company was going, similar to our own story. So we respected that they would do the right thing under hard circumstances. We also knew that they didn't want anything but the best for their distributors, that they wanted people to have an incredible opportunity. And they wanted to be able to put you and I first. We also knew that they had the ability to take companies to hundreds of millions of dollars. We'd seen it happen over and over again. So we knew we were in really good hands with them running the ship. Then we started to get to know the advisory board, and they are some of the most amazing men in the world. If you have not studied our advisory board, I suggest that you get with the person that brought you to this call and learn about them. Their bios are incredibly impressive. One of the doctors that's on our advisory board sits as the VP of the Anti-Aging Institute for the national, well, I don't know the exact title, I'm butchering it, sorry, but for the whole United States. He's the VP on the council. So he knows anti-aging. He knows being able to put himself with good products. Plus, he's one of the top neurosurgeons in the world. So as a neurologist, he studies the brain, he studies how the body works, and he knows the power of butyric acid, which is one of the big reasons that he is here. So after looking at the people involved, we did look at the products, and the butyric acid was attractive to us. It was new to me. I've never heard of butyric acid. So here again, a little homework for you. If you're not familiar with it, go and Google it. Butyric acid feeds everything from creating more neurons for your brain to helping feed the cells that line our gut and line the majority of our organs. So if you can help those cells to be healthier, you're going to be able to stop the leaking of your gut. You're going to be able to stop a lot of the digestive issues and things that go on. And that plagues so many people. And yet I'm finding it's not something that most people talk about. So when you can take an answer to someone who's just been quietly, secretly struggling for years and years, maybe unable to eat certain foods or struggling when they do eat, you can basically change their life. And when you can lift the fog off the brain, when you can help the neurons to be able to function better and more of them, I can't even begin to tell you what's happened in my life in the last 3 months. I'm getting so much more done. My family keeps turning around saying, "Mom, what happened? Who are you?" I'm doing projects that have been sitting quietly waiting for years and years, and I'm getting things done, and I'm checking things off, and I'm accomplishing so much more than I've ever done, and I know it's the link. And I feel good. My stomach feels good, my digestive feels good, and I just can function at a higher level. My story is very vanilla, but I hear stories every day that make me cry. People that literally couldn't function, that were losing feeling in their hands and feet, that were struggling with their brains and functioning with everyday things that we take for granted, or people that had digestive issues that were completely turning their lives upside down. I know my husband has been through multiple accidents in his life and was on still is on some very severe medication that basically meant he was adding in pills and other medications to try and counteract the side effects of the medication. Some of you know what I'm talking about. You take a pill because of something going on in your body, and then you have to take 3 to counteract the pill. So he's off a lot of those extra medications now because his body's able to function even through all the medication, which is huge. He's no longer stuck waiting for laxatives and hoping that everything will be able to work through the medication. It's changed his life. So if you know people that are on heavy medication, Link will change their life. And if you know people that are on heavy medication for pain, Optimin just might change their life, because Optimin is our second product. Optimin lowers inflammation, lowers pain, lowers disease. So if you know people whose bodies are out of balance and in a disease state, if you can lower inflammation, you're going to lower the disease. And a lot of people are able to get off medications for pain. That's a $300 billion industry. That caught my attention too. My husband's not off all of his pain medication, but he's definitely down in the doses. So that's helpful for his organs. That's helpful for his long-term prognosis on his life. And who knows, maybe over time, he's only been on the products for a few months. Maybe over time that story will change yet again. I know people that have gone completely off medications. So we have products that literally are epigenetic, that are going in, that are intelligent supplements, going in, speaking to our bodies, doing things that we can't just go buy a product from Walmart or GNC or High Health that's going to do these things. So that's one of the things we were looking for. We wanted products that would absolutely make a difference in people's lives, that they could see and that they could feel. We wanted products that you couldn't get anywhere else, that you couldn't go down to the store and buy a knockoff or another version of. And with the Optimum and the Link, the process that makes those two products available to our bodies is patent protected, coming to us from a scientist named Al Zapp. And because of his wrapping formulas that get these products into our bodies in time release at the right places, there's nothing on the market that even competes with them. The third product, I already had my heart wrapped around. So as soon as they told us that Dr. Joe McCord was involved with this company, that's all I needed to hear. I've worked with Joe McCord before. We were actually blessed to work with his first product that he came out with back in 2004. And it made us millions of dollars. It was an anti-aging product that literally turned back on the production of NRF2 in the body and started up superoxide dismutase in the body and opened a window in the body where oxidative stress could be attacked and enzymes could gobble up free radicals at 1,000,000 to 1 for a few seconds. It was absolutely amazing what it did for people's bodies. Now I hear that Dr. McCord has a product called Genomics that's here at Actives. We have license to it that is 10 times longer acting within the body than what we had before. So it does the same thing, opening the doors, getting the oxidative stress taken out at 1,000,000 per second, but that door is open for 10 times longer. So we know what's possible with that product. We know everybody we know should be on it. It's going to be able to lower your oxidative stress, balance thousands of genes and enzymes in your body, and help things to be able to function properly. We have just an inkling of what we have our hands on, but we know it's phenomenal. The third thing that we looked at was timing, because when you can be first with a product line like this, with a company like this, when nobody around you's heard of it, that's when the huge, huge, huge money is available. We know that anybody can get into a good company if they can be in it for a little while and make substantial income. But we're talking life-changing income. We're talking income that is going to leave a legacy for your children and your grandchildren and change their lives. Well, I don't know about you, but most jobs don't allow for that. So you're in the right place hearing about something absolutely early. It's only been in the United States for a few months. It's been around for 3 years, started in 2017 down in Mexico, and then went further south, went down to Peru and now into Colombia. It just recently opened in Japan and the United States. So if you haven't heard of Actives, probably your friends, your neighbors, your family, the people you work with haven't heard of it either. So thank the person that brought you to this call. You get to hear about it first and be early with this company. So timing was absolutely a huge box that we wanted to check, because we know we could be successful anywhere, but it's so much more fun and so much easier to be able to build early on in a company. The next thing we always look at is, does the company meet the going trends of the times? I don't know about you, but if you've been watching the news at all, you know that the world is in a mess right now. People need to make money. People need to get their health under control. They need to have products in their body that are going to help their cells to be healthy and fight off viruses. I've never seen trends shift globally toward a company like they have for Actives. So trends, absolutely, we check that box. The only other thing remaining for us was, what does the compensation plan look like? Because there are two more factors we look at, compensation plan and the system. But we know systems, and we knew that we could bring a system to a company. We've done that here with Actives. We can show people how to get to the top very quickly. It's not easy, but it's possible, and it's a simple process. So we know those systems. But the compensation plan, I'm not going to be able to go through it tonight. It'll be shown out more in full tomorrow night. Just know that it's a very simple system. They have bonuses that pay weekly, and they have bonuses that pay monthly. And literally, if you come back to the call tomorrow night and bring people with you, and those people sign up, decide to be in business for themselves, decide to start writing their own check and not just building somebody else's dream, but want to take ownership for their family, and you bring people back to the call tomorrow night, they're going to pay you. If those people sign up tomorrow or the next day, they're going to pay you for that next Friday. So literally a week from now, you can have a check in your pocket. And that check can be whatever size you need it to be. If you need it to be $500, we can show you how to do that. If you need it to be several $1,000s, we can show you how to do that. It's not going to be easy, but it is simple. And we'll show you the system. And then just depending on how many times you duplicate it over and over and over is going to multiply that check. Right now, they have extra bonuses in place basically saying that if you were to sign up, say 10 people by the end of June, it would be worth almost $1,500 to you. Would that help your paycheck? Would that help fill in a couple of holes in maybe a paycheck that's missing? Would that help pay some bills? Now that's not traditional, that's extra bonuses that they have running for the month of June. But that's another thing that the company is always doing. Every month there's different bonuses that are being added, different promotions that are being added. And just the base comp plan blew us away. But every month they make it better. Every month they're adding extra money into our pockets. So you're in the right place. This company checked every box for us. And I have to tell you, we looked at hundreds of companies. Most people don't wake up in the morning and say, what network marketing company are we going to join? We did, because we knew the power of creating networks. We agree and echo 100% what Robert Kiyosaki says about building networks and being in that quadrant. It's the only quadrant I know of that's going to allow you the freedom and the ability to go and change the world, as well as changing things at home. So we agree with him. So we were looking for that company. We were looking for a company that would check all the boxes. And we found it here at Actives. I know this was a short overview. If you've got questions, go to actives.info. There's a lot of information there. There's longer presentations. You can hear from the doctors, see more on the products, hear testimonials of the products, go through the comp plan. It's all there. So go and deep dive as much as you want, or go to PubMed and research butyric acid. Write down tetrahydrocurcumin. It's just like it sounds. Tetrahydrocurcumin, that's the major ingredient in our Optimend. And you can actually research and look up NRF2 and you'll see Dr. Joe McCord. He is the doctor behind it. So there's a lot of studies on NRF2 now, but he is the granddaddy of it all. So go and do the research, kick the tires, go as deep as you need to. We encourage it. So we're here to help you. We hope to see you back on the call tomorrow night, and have a wonderful night, everyone. This is a wrap.